Welcome back folks, and welcome back to a new Stalker 2 video. So today I wanted to cover the patch 1.3.2 which has recently released for the game. Keep in mind that the actual update was posted on the April 15th, but things have been kinda hectic, so I do apologize that this video comes a little bit late, but I think there are some very important changes in the main story and side quests area which a lot of people have been reporting in my videos, so I wanted to go through it. So first things first, when it comes to the update 1.3.2, it mostly addresses the technical and story progression issues. So the main focus of this hotfix was to basically round everything up from the patch 1.3 and from the previous hotfix and kind of go alongside with it to see which areas of the main game which are causing people to kind of, well, lose progress or not being able to progress in the first place, because let's face it, there has been a lot of these issues in STALKER 2 since release, which were kind of stopping progress for a lot of people, either NPCs standing in front of the door or bunker doors not opening and so on so on. So when it comes to these patch notes, keep in mind that there are some spoilers from the main story, so if you don't want to be spoiled, well, you have been warned. So when it comes to the main story, side quests and encounters, this is what they said and fixed. They fixed an issue where the doors and underground tunnel was closed for some users during the Once More Onto the Breach mission. And this seems to be one of the biggest problems because, to be honest, Once More Onto the Breach has been kinda getting fixed a lot, because ever since release I think this is probably one of the quests which had the most amount of bugs. They also fixed an issue where the power plug and star NPCs were dead during the dawn of a new day mission for some users, and the mission could not progress. They fixed an issue where the quest marker for Sergeant Ivailov could lead to the wrong location during the In Search of Past Glory mission. Actually, I had this problem, but I didn't even realize this was the problem. They fixed an issue where NPCs in Zalislaya could not reach their designated location for the final scene during the On the Edge mission, which blocked progress, or well, mission from progressing further. They also fixed an issue where the dialogue with Professor Ozerski could not be started after killing s.t.a.l.k.e.r NPCs during a minor incident mission. They also fixed an issue where the answers come at a price mission could not progress if the player fled from depot during the attack and then looted the actual NPC, because this was a big no-no. I actually know in the comments, I think not in the previous video but the video before it, I'm pretty sure there was a comment actually saying this, so actually having this fixed, you know, a month after that comment was kinda nice. And alongside of it, basically with the same mission, they fixed an issue where the quest marker on the Chernozem NPC could lead to the wrong location during the Answers Come at a Price mission. Now, I tried to actually recreate this because this is one of the things that people have been talking about, but sadly, I wasn't able to do it on the previous patch, so I mean, in this one it seems to be fully fixed. Now, when it comes to the technical part of the fixes, they actually solved an issue when NPCs did not use flashlight and did not notice the player for a long time. This is important because if we're gonna be talking about NPCs and how they react to players and, the actual area around them, I still feel like there is a lot of things that can be done with it. And they also solved an issue when NPCs could not reach their designated place outside of the player's field of view, which blocked some missions. Now, speaking of the Last Step, Visions of Truth and the Last Wish missions, they fixed a few things. First off, they fixed an issue where the dialogue with s.t.a.l.k.e.r NPC could not be started during the actual Visions of Truth mission, which I think was also one of the main problems for a lot of people. They also fixed an issue where the Colonel Korushnov could not disappear after the end of cutscene during the Last Step mission. This was mostly a visual glitch. And they also fixed an issue where again Korushnov could slide to the elevator during the cutscene in the last mission step, again on the visual side, but it wasn't causing huge issues for the actual progression. And the last thing is that they fixed a crash that occurred at the top of the Red Fortress during the Last Wish mission. Now, of course, this was a smaller hotfix update, basically to sort out some things of the previous bigger patch, but keep in mind, as they said in the roadmap, we're gonna be getting more stuff every 3 months, so honestly, when it comes to the next huge patch for the Stalker 2, I won't expect it for at least next 2 months. Because it kinda makes sense on that perspective, especially if they want to include more stuff and and they want to bring some stuff, as they said in the roadmap, though that's gonna be taking a lot of time. Now, there are of course some things here which people have been requesting in the comments, and honestly I would love to see it as well, which were not mentioned in the actual roadmap, and that's, for example, night vision, being that night vision was always a huge part of Stalker games, and honestly it was a big surprise that it's not actually a part of Stalker 2. Maybe it has to do something with the technical part of Unreal Engine, I don't know, I am not very skilled in that area, so maybe someone who knows can actually explain it. Because it still feels to me a bit weird that these things were actually not implemented like in the game itself, especially considering again what sort of a game this is. And I mean, flashlight itself, it's useful to a certain point, but let's face it, I mean, Skiff's flashlight is basically nothing if you're gonna be going into some like more darker areas. Now, luckily, all of these things can be reported to the technical support hub, which they have, so if you have any problems with the game or you have any suggestions, I really suggest you actually write them with the actual support ticket. Now, at the same time, when it comes to GOG itself, this update, even though it was a small update, and I don't know what the reason is, was 114 gigabytes, because this is a problem which tends to happen regardless of the update which comes out for Stalker 2, at least on GOG, but you can let me know down below in the comments on Steam and like for example Xbox how big the updates are, because it can become really hectic on GOG to a certain point where it basically downloads a whole new game. I don't know, maybe it's my problem, but I haven't really modded a game to a point where this should be causing any issues or it should be like going through the entire game. Of course, the size of the game doesn't increase, it overwrites the files which it already has, but you know, downloading 100 gigabytes for a small update is a bit problematic, because it basically becomes tedious after some point, so yeah. So that's it for today. I don't want to go too long into this because there really wasn't a lot for today, and especially this update. But of course, as soon as the bigger update or anything else comes out, I will of course make a video about it. So you can of course subscribe for more and check us out on Twitter and Discord if you want to talk with the community there more about all of the games I cover, including Stalker 2. So thank you for watching. As always, stay classy everyone, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Now, as always, get out of here, Stalker.